Hey there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Crystal Thompson, and today I have a very cool set of cards using the newest release, Let's Connect from Simon Says Stamps. All products are listed below. Let's get started. For this card, you're going to need the Cosmo Bloom die set, and this is in partnership with Memory Box, so it's super pretty. Then for my sentiment, I am using the Gnome School stamp set, and I'm just using the sentiment for this. I love the font of it, and I'm going to color coordinate my cardstock and my ink color. You're going to need a piece of white cardstock for the inner part, and then I'm using 4 colors of Distress Oxides. You can use whatever you want, but this is going to be used for ink blending on my card and on the cardstock. Then we're going to be using some liquid glue. We're going to use some Oyster White Nuvo drops and some fine glitter glue. We're going to begin by adding that white piece of cardstock to our teal, and I have cut it just 1/4 inch smaller so it fits right on the center and it's matted. I have also pre-cut from that Cosmo Bloom die the flowers using just white cardstock that matches the inner part of the card base. Now we're going to begin doing some ink blending. I'm going to grab my Distress Oxides in dried marigold. This is going to be the inner part of the Cosmo, and I'm going to speed up the process so you see how quick this was. I'm going to grab that abandoned coral, and I'm going to use abandoned color all the way around to create that card. And I love how easy it is to do. We're going to bring in another 2 sets of colors of Distress Oxide. We're going to do that lighter blue in the center, and then coming in with that darker blue broken glass on the edge, and we're going to blend, and this is a super easy way to do it. Once those are dried, I'm going to bring in my AQUA mono glue, which is just clear glue, and if you don't have this, you can totally use like Elmer's glue that's clear, so whatever works as long as it dries clear. I'm going to add it right on the center, and I have a piece of scrap printer paper that I'm going to use to be able to keep my surface clean. I'm going to rub all that glue all over the Cosmo, and I'm going to bring in that fine glitter, and this is just fine glitter from my stash. You can use whatever you like. One of my favorites is the crystal glitter from Holtz. So if you're looking for a glitter on the Simon Says store, hop on over and grab that one. Okay, so we're going to add this glue, and as you can see, it really makes it shiny. So I'm really loving the way this looks. You can even use clear Nuvo drops. So it's up to you. Use any and all supplies that you have at your disposal. So I've added all that glue, all that glitter, and then I'm going to clean off the excess off of it. Be sure there's no glitter on your fingers, and then you can pop that glitter left on that cardstock back in your container. All right, we're going to let those guys dry. We're going to move on to our card base. So I have some Heidi Swap spray that is no longer being made. So I found some different options for you. You can use the Altenew, also available on the Simon Says store. You can use Imagine. There's so many other sprays, and I will add them and link them down below. Using some foam adhesive squares, I put them on the back of the Cosmos, and I'm going to layer these 3. I even colored 4, but I decided I wasn't going to place that. I was like, you know what? I'm going to let this be. We'll use this one for our next card. We're going to bring that Altenew white spray, and instead of spraying, we're going to unscrew the top and use the back end to do some fun splatters. And really, I'm tying in all that glitter, the beautiful gold tone we got by doing the ink blending with that yellow, and then putting glitter over it. So as you can see, we have some race pink and white, and then using some Oyster White Nuvo drops, I'm just going to add a couple of drops behind and above the flowers, and then using tiny little motions, lifting up and down to create the little dots that kind of got hidden because of the glue, but it gives you a nice finished look to those flowers. So I'm going to finish these flowers up, and again, adding some more drops to the back of the card base. Gonna speed up the process here, but it took me a good 30-45 seconds to finish adding all the little dots. And if you want to give it more dimension, just add more dots to the card. Then I have that thank you from the Gnome School that I have stamped using the same color as my cardstock. I trimmed it with my paper trimmer, and then I have little squares of adhesive on the back, and then I'm gonna place this on the card. And guys, I've trimmed the edges, and that does it for our first card. We can move on to our next one using pretty much the same components, but it gives it a different look. All right, welcome back. So for our second card, we're using, again, what I mentioned earlier, the same components, some distress oxide. On this one, I trimmed my cardstock a little different. I actually have a 4 1/4, 5 1/2, and that's the teal. And then on this white one, I removed a 1/4 inch just on the edge. So then you have kind of this slimline look, even though it's not a slimline card. I have additional of the dies of the Cosmo Blooms ready to go in the same white cardstock, and we're going to be using cracked pistachio and the peacock feathers, and we're going to bring in our ink blender. And as you can see, we're just going to be doing very light soft, and what I like to do is do motions of these inks. We don't want to blend it so much as to just kind of add little bokeh circles of the color. I'm going to grab that gold spray that we used earlier. And again, this is from Heidi Swap, but it's no longer made. So we're going to grab the Altenew and get that ready to go. Once you're done splattering with gold, bring in some white, and this is the Altenew Pure White. And again, we're going to screw the top and add that. So hindsight, I wish I would have added more of that blending just because I felt that some of my flowers kind of hit it, but that's okay. So we're going to add the first one with basic adhesive, flat adhesive. Then we're going to add the next one with foam adhesive on the back, and I was really careful to try not to overlap and lose that image. And so that's what saying hindsight, I wish I would have done more of the ink blending. And then remember that blue flower from the last video? Well, we're going to use that here. And that way you kind of get coordinating cards. And I really thought it was really fun to cut a bunch of these Cosmos, do ink blending, and it really makes it easy to make mass-produced cards, and especially really nice ones such as these. We're going to bring back that gold, and we're going to splatter the gold again all over the flowers, and that way it has a continuous look. You get it on the back, and then you get it in the front. And last but not least, I'm going to bring in my thank you, and in this one, I actually heat embossed it in the Simon Says stamp Fine Detail White onto black cardstock, added little foam adhesives on the back, and then we're going to place it on the card, and then bring back that oyster white Nuvo drops to really finish off the top of those cards. You want to let the Nuvo dry for about 30 minutes before you put it in your envelope and mail it off. And guys, I'm finishing these up. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you love these two products from Simon, the Cosmo Blooms and the Gnome School. And I know you're going Gnome School for the sentiments. And I just want to show you how you can use even some cutesy stamps for non-cutesy cards. And I'm loving all the glitter of the Cosmo Bloom. All products are listed below. Join us on Instagram. There's so much inspiration. And guys, if you like the video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Crystal Thompson Design. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day.